Hey everyone, in this video, let's find out how you can prompt in Google Flow. So here we are at labs.google/fx/tools/flow, but you could probably just go to Google and search for Google Flow, and I'm sure you can get the link that way. Once you get here and you're all signed up, signed in, then you're going to find a screen similar to this. You're going to see this nice little button here that says New Project. We're going to click on that, and that's going to bring us into this page here. What we're going to do is we're going to start by bringing in some assets to play with. So we want to click on this little plus sign here. You can also do it up here at the top. Might be easier to do it here, but it's either way, doesn't matter. Upload media, and that's going to open things up for you, and then you can find whatever it is that you want to bring in. We'll bring this picture in, and we will use this as an example for you to show how you can prompt with Flow. So here we go. We've got our image, and there's a few things we can do with it. Now, first off, what we might want to do is come down here, and you can see we have two options. We could switch it to image or video. So whatever it is that you might be doing, we're going to go ahead and just go with image for now, because this is mostly to just kind of demonstrate how prompting works. But you can see here, there's a few things that might be worth taking a look at. We've got the image option selected, and then we've got our aspect ratios. We have also here the amount of results that we want to get. So 1, 2, 3, 4. If that's what you want, then that's what you get. Let's go ahead and do 4 just so that you can see how this works. So we're going to set that to 4. Also, we can choose between Pro or 2. I tend to go with 2 if I'm doing something a little bit more that requires a little bit more. But if I'm just trying to remove something or something kind of simple, then a lot of times I'll just leave it to Pro, or I just don't even think about it that much unless I really want to make sure that I'm getting top results. Then I'll switch to 2. Once we have that set, then from here, we can do a few things. Now, what we're going to do is we want to use this image here. So we're going to come hover over it. We're going to click on these 3 little dots. We're going to come here where it says add to prompt. So that is now going to bring that here, and that's going to tell Flow what it is that we want to focus on. Otherwise, what you can do is you can actually just click on the image, and then you can go and edit that specific image. But this is kind of our main space. So like, for example, here, if I wanted to bring in some more media, then I could do that. So we'll just kind of bring that in there just so that you kind of have an idea here. So you can just bring in as much as you want. And depending on what you're doing, you might want to stay here on the main page, mainly because here you can select multiple results. But if you're going to be getting into specific editing for an image, then you're probably going to want to click on it and edit it within the image itself. So it really gives you a lot of control being able to do both. But from here, we have our image in, and we could do something simple here. So like if I wanted to just say, change her hair to black, something like that, then I could do that. And then what'll end up happening is I'll end up getting 4 different results, and I can choose between them. But one thing that is a good thing to do is, we'll give you an example here. So I'm going to go ahead and create a 2x2 grid of her face in different angles. Now, you can really try to dial this in if you want. I'm just trying to do something very simple so that you have an idea of how this works. But there we go. I went ahead and launched that, and boom, we already have our 4 images that are showing up here. So it's going to take a moment. It's not too long. But in the meantime, I think a good thing to point out here is the agent. Now, if you are like me, and sometimes getting into deep prompting is not your favorite thing in the world, using an agent can be a very helpful way of cutting through a lot and making the process more efficient and getting higher quality. Now, thing is with the agent is it can be hit and miss, and it is still an iterative process, but it's nice to have that option to speak directly with an AI, and hopefully just using plain language, you can kind of try to dial it in. So all you got to do is just click that. You can see the agent activates, and then you can start talking to it directly. But if you want manual mode, then just make sure you click that off. But as you can see here, we have our results, and we got some really cool stuff. So we took our main image here, we just kind of gave ourselves a bunch of different options to play around with. And then now if we want to go into any of these specific ones, we can. And then this is where we can do something else very cool. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to extract and enlarge panel 3. I like this third one here. It's pretty cool. So we're going to do that. So this is a way that you can speed up your process a lot. So instead of getting one result, you're getting 4 results at a time, and then you can just go through and cherry pick your favorite ones and give you an idea here of how long it takes, and it's actually pretty quick. So there you go. So what I did was I extracted that panel, and now we have it. So we pulled it out, and then from there we can play around with it if we want. Let's go ahead and change her hair black. We'll just do that. And again, simple prompting right now. Just want to show you kind of how this works and how simple you can be. But for more complex things, you might want to use the agent, or you can also use a different LLM, whatever your preferences, Claude, Grok, whatever. You can go and you can speak to whatever platform works for you. But there you go. So we've changed her hair, and let's go ahead and change her eyes to dark brown. We'll do that there. So all of this is giving you an idea of the kind of control you have with Flow. And as you can see, there's just a lot of really cool stuff that you can do here. Might want to also take a look at this button here, and you can see that you can change the aspect ratio. One thing I like to do is sometimes, I'll take something like this, and then what we can do is if we change the aspect ratio, then we can kind of outpaint it, and now we can get like a portrait version that shows more of our character. So that's something that you can do. But that gives you an idea of just basic prompting with Google Flow. Let's just go back here really quick, because what I want to show you here is if we switch over to video, then this is where we can actually start bringing in our images, and we can actually use that to create a video. We can then go here and we can prompt, and maybe we could say something, have the woman in the red hair appear from within the suit. Something like that, and we might be able to do a cool little video out of that. But that just gives you an idea of how you can use Flow for basic prompting, image prompting, and then if you want to go into video, then you can do that there. And that's a whole other rabbit hole, but we'll go ahead and leave it there. That's all there is to it. If you found this video helpful, please leave a comment and like and subscribe, and don't forget to set your notifications for more helpful tips. Also, if you take a look in the description, you'll find a link to our link tree. There you'll find our socials and our top AI recommendations, including Cintra. Cintra is a fantastic business strategy tool that gets to know you and your business, offering tailored insights to help you succeed. Check out our YouTube playlist all about Cintra and use our promo code SKILLCRAFT60 to get 60% off your first month subscription. Finally, if you're interested in an online bank, check out Simply Financial. Use our referral link and you can get $50 to open an account. And if you refer your friends and family, you can get $125 per referral. It's a great deal. Can personally vouch for it. Check to see if it's available in your area.